You gotta do it the other way. Welcome to episode 26 of the Brunch Ladies. Molly is trying to figure out how to represent that using her fingers.
It's not working well. You know, this particular platform makes everything backwards. So it's weird when you look at yourself. But anyway, episode 26.
Yes, episode 26 of the Brunch Ladies. We've talked about so much consignment.
So I'm drinking out of a Conshy Bulldogs mug as a throwback today from when Cal played lacrosse for the Conshy Bulldogs. So giving us a little Conshy connection here.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I made myself a Virgin Bloody Mary.
Did you now? I'm having a smoothie. I hadn't eaten yet, so I had to have my smoothie. Little smoothie here, a little smoothie. Wow. I don't know about you, but like, I've had a great week.
Busy.
Busy, but you know, I don't know. Sometimes you get overwhelmed, but isn't it fun to, I don't want to sound braggy, but to do something you absolutely love?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I need a personal break because I do think it's very important to balance yourself with me time and work time. But I find like by me time, I end up like listing items. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still working.
It is weird, right? Like,
yes.
You know, we're like, all right, what are your hobbies? I'm like, well, we like to go to auctions and yard sales.
Right.
And then sell the stuff.
Right. I like to source cool things to sell to my awesome people.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
It's just fun. And, you know, I don't know. I just, like you say, and it's a family affair. You and your kids are into it. Your mom's into it. Nick is so into it now. Y'all, Libby got us hooked on this podcast for resellers like we are, Consignment. And they're actually reaching out to Libby for some help with consignment because they don't do consignment. But these guys are so much fun. And now Libby fangirls, but I laugh because my husband fan guys. So Libby and Nick are both like addicted to this podcast. And now every time we get in the car, Nick's like, wait a minute, I'm 2 episodes behind with the boys. Anyway, I know we didn't say we're going to talk about it, but I think it's fun. It's part of why we love what we do, because we get to sell and enjoy our customers and people that support us and love us. And then we have this other community that we're building with other sellers. So.
And I've had this thought a couple of times this week is definitely consignment is something you and we do love. It's not always the most profitable part of the business because you're, selling things on behalf of other people and giving them a, good percentage of the items that sell. Mm-hmm. So, you have to take a step back and say, well, why do we do consignment if we can, I could run this business and never take a consignment ever again.
Oh, sure.
But it's that connection and that helping people and, helping clear out and find new homes for something that was important to you or a family member that you want to pass on. And it's just that giving back that really just, I think, makes consignment so special.
Absolutely. And don't you feel good when that item finds a new home? Other people are so excited to receive it, and you were part of helping keep it from a landfill.
Yeah, I love it.
You gave it a second or a third, or gosh, sometimes who knows how many lives. I keep thinking about that with all this antique stuff I've been going through in these estates, and I'm like, if only these items could talk, the stories they would tell.
Honestly.
And the lives that they've lived and the things that they've done.
Yeah. Like that lemon fork.
Mm-hmm. The story, sometimes the stories might be downright scary. But to think of that journey through all of that. And so then you have items that somebody's consigning with us, and sometimes it's going from one state to another or another country and living its life in a whole nother country.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I sold this week that I wasn't. Yeah. So it was my mom. I may have mentioned on here before, But my mom they did their churchyard sale, and she's good friends with a woman who came over from Germany when she was younger. She got married. She married a serviceman. She came over from Germany, and they're good friends at the church and everything like that. And Avery actually interviewed this woman for one of his papers for school. Corolla is her name.
You did mention that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because she, lived through Nazi occupation and things like that. So very interesting. But anyway, she remembers everything. She has a lot of history, but she had this beautiful Rosenthal studio line jar. It was, I don't know. I think it was like 8 inches high, and it was lidded, and it was purple with gold, almost like an abstract pattern on it. Remind you of kind of like a tie-dye or something like that.
All right.
So anyway, she got this gift from her daughter's godmother in Germany, and she brought it over. And there were like no comps for this thing. There were similar items out there, but my mom picked it up at the churchyard sale because Corolla was like, I have this beautiful thing with this beautiful history behind it, but I can't keep everything. Nobody wants it. So my mom bought it for a couple bucks at the yard sale and donated the money to the church. And I, looked it up and put it on our eBay store, and it just sold this week. And the guy sent me a message. He's in the UK, and he said, please pack this carefully for its journey. And I'm like, this is actually its second journey across the pond.
Wow.
And I just thought that was kind of neat. So I'm
sure.
I put a little note in the package, and I asked, if he has a collection or, he has a story behind it, that he share that with us at Conshy Consignment.
Oh, that would be so great.
I'm curious because it had such a neat history, and, not my family connection, but I can still appreciate the history behind it. So I'm wondering what he's doing with it.
Right. Well, hopefully you'll hear from him. You'll have us on the edge of our seat till we know.
I'm thinking I will, because he included that note, like it's going on a long journey.
Right.
So I'm thinking he's invested in maybe the history of it.
Sure.
Because usually people don't speak about items quite in that manner.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, you're very, very, very true.
So we'll see. Fingers crossed. We want to know.
Oh gosh, what else happened this week, Libby? You sold that beautiful piece.
Wow,
I don't know. It was a busy week. Such a busy week. Oh, we did our color palette. We started our color palette.
Oh yeah.
We started color palette week. Going to do a little extension on the first one this week, so you'll see a little more on that as we expand. This was just a initial idea, and so as we proceeded, we came up with more of how it's going to look. But you'll see a little more of that this week.
Yeah, right? I think once a quarter we're going to pick a color palette. We're going to show you things we have in inventory. We're going to show you different interior designs. We're just going to go all in on that color palette and the different things you can do with it.
And it could sometimes be twice in a quarter, depending on what inspires us. You might get it twice. Color palettes by Conshy Consignment.
Love it. So this week it was brights. We did brights. And we're going to expand a little bit on that. But we pulled it through the week. It was kind of fun. We did a theme with our posts, and we did a theme with resale therapy. We pulled a bunch of brights in there.
Pulled some brights in. Wasn't 100% brights, but we did pull some in. That was fun.
I really had fun doing that. I really had fun doing that. I think because it gave me focus, because we get so many items. I was like, okay, well, this week I'm just going to pull the bright ones, because it's usually very hard to choose from the hundreds of items what we're going to highlight during resale therapy.
I agree. Well, I could tell you what I could do this week, but I'm listing it all. Mickey Mouse has thrown up in my house.
Oh, you showed us a little taste of that on Insta Resale Therapy.
I did. I showed a little taste on Insta Resale Therapy, but it was just a taste of what I have that came in Mickey based. I have, oh gosh, this morning I listed a 4-foot stocking, Christmas stocking, 4 feet. Like you could put your kid in it. But it's 3D, so it actually has stuffed Mickey and a stuffed Minnie and a Pluto are attached to it. So it's like 3D stuffed animals on it, bigger than a Beanie Baby animals that are, characters on it.
Wow. Did you find others did you find comps for that at all?
Yes, I did. And it's a goodie. People like it. I thought, if Cal were young, this would be the kind of thing I would buy. Like when we took him to Disney and we knew, like if you're giving your kids like a Christmas gift of a Disney trip, how cool would it be to use that stocking that Christmas and like put like lanyards and like a water bottle and put all the kids get a
and
bag
Disney pins.
Right, Disney pins, which we got you covered. Put each one of them get a little piece inside of that stocking, but in it also you have their passes. They're like Disney bracelets that they're going to Disney, and they can pull out like a big envelope that says we're going to Disney. I thought you could really have a lot of fun with that 4-foot stocking.
Oh yeah.
Or just hang it on the wall for decoration. I mean, it's big, and it comes with 2 loops, one on each side because it's so big. You couldn't hang it from one. You have to have 2 because it's so heavy. It's enormous. But I got that. I got other Disney Mickey Christmas, but we have to do it. I said to Nick, he's got one of them are the yard blow-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a Mickey wearing a stocking cap, I think, and holding a gift or something. So I told him he's going to have to plug it in and blow it up on the deck so that we make sure everything is right and it works and take pictures of it blown up. He's like, are you serious? And I'm like, well, yeah. We can't just sell it in a box. Like, people want to know it works.
I want a video or TikTok or something of that. Something of that. On a warm, it has to be like a warm summer day.
Yeah. There's like a couple of the Mickey lights that project Christmas Mickey on your house, the rotating strobe lights. There's like, I don't know, we have so much, like a big plastic stand-up Mickey with a top hat that lights up. Coffee mugs and figurines and framed artwork.
Oh, I took a peek at those. I don't know what it is about those Mickey the body coffee mugs. I'm not a collector or anything like that, but
the pants, the little Mickey pants. Yeah, aren't they cute?
Hilarious. Yeah.
Well, how cute would they be if you had like a Mickey room and you put like the one with the legs and the pants and had like a succulents planted in it or something, on a desktop. Or I can always come up with creative ways to do that stuff. But anyway, I'd had this was the same person it came from, but I didn't see through all their boxes. There were 2. There was a Mickey stapler, like a gray and black. It kind of has that old black and white cartoon
I saw
look.
that. Yeah.
It was a stapler. So now I just had enlisted, there's actually a tape dispenser that goes with it. Too bad I didn't have them together, but the stapler sold the week I listed it.
It sold already.
Oh yeah. The stapler. Remember?
I guess I missed that. Okay.
Yeah. It sold like right away. So I just listed.
All right. So folks, if you're in Disney and into Disney, get out to ConshyConsignment.com and look for the Disney stuff because,
look today, there's new listed from yesterday and today, and keep looking throughout the week because there's going to be more going up. Disney. So if you're looking to holiday shop, now's the time to holiday shop for your family member that loves Disney, because you don't have to worry about the shipping crazies. You can just get it and know you got it. And it didn't get delayed in shipping or any kind of nightmare like that.
Or the shipping prices are temporarily going up during the holidays, starting October 1st, I think.
Is it October 1st?
I think so, yeah. So it's a temporary increase. I think they did that last year. So they just did it for the 4th quarter, which is kind of a bummer because like the service is worse. The price is higher.
I was about to say the service last year was horrible.
It was. They were really struggling. Struggling. I was happy that almost all of our packages got to where they were going in time. Or at least the ones that were gifts got to where they were going in time. Right.
But that
Yeah.
was across the
Really
board. How many
mm-hmm.
business owners did we talk to that were having issues with
Yeah.
shipping?
Yeah.
So this year I'm ordering early.
This year, shop early.
Yeah, I'm
Even if
shopping
you did
early.
it before October 1st, before the temporary rate increase,
Right.
Especially bulkier items, because the shipping can add up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're local to one of us, we do provide local pickup as well. So
true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So yeah, I'm having fun. It's a long time going through estates. We'll be talking about new things I come across probably every week as I open these boxes, and I'm trying to go like open a box from one estate one day, one week, and go through all that, and then the next week move to the other, go back and forth between them. So,
oh my gosh, so
I
much
know, but it's interesting because a lot of them are, there's a lot in common with them, even though they're two different people, but I guess the time. So you find things that are like, oh, well, is it Ladro figurine? And then you open the other box and you're like, oh, another Ladro figurine. But this is from the other people,
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm trying to think of what came in that I'd never had before. But like, you have this happen, like something came in, like I'm looking for an example, like turquoise jewelry. This is just an example. Like, I won't get any for 2 years, and then all of a sudden, 5 different consigners will have a lot of turquoise jewelry. Like, I don't know I don't know how that happens, but it happens all the time.
That's crazy.
All the time.
What else? I was going to tell you something else I got in that I'd never gotten in before, and it'll be interesting to see if there's a thing is Boy Scout jackets and coats. I guess for the leaders and all, there's like men's really nice coats, like all weather coats that are Boy Scouts of America.
I've done some vintage Boy Scout and Girl Scout stuff, but not leader stuff, more like patches, uniforms.
Yeah, these are like really nice, like tech gear, like heavyweight, rain, all weather. Not like your, sash for the uniform for the little girl. I'd not seen them before. I didn't know they made these, but they're really nice. So we'll see.
Got to get those. Vintage, or are they?
Oh no, they're not, because they're like Port Authority is one of them. One of them's a Port Authority brand, like Windbreaker. It's that really nice, heavy, like windbreaker material with just a soft lining on the inside, and they're newer and nice.
Huh.
They're not vintage. Not that vintage is not nice. A lot of times vintage is nicer than new. But these are really good quality coats and jackets. So
I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, right?
The continuing saga.
Yeah. I know.
You're going to do any of those on Resale Therapy?
I think I'm just going to list them.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do for Resale Therapy this week. Although I will tell you, Nick gets so excited, he's already put some things on the rack.
Yeah, you've lost control.
I'm like, it is not Nick's pick every week. Back it up, homeboy.
Nick's picks once a quarter, buddy. Come on.
Get off of this. Leave my stuff.
He does such a good job, though, and our customers just adore him.
He's a funny man.
That's a following now. I mean, there's no turning back.
Well, he said he really enjoyed it this week as the lurker. He called himself the lurker, where he wasn't in the screen, but he sat over and handed me the goods as you scan them. He's like, I like doing that. That was fun. I think I'm going to be a lurker most of the time instead of being in the screen.
Help, isn't it?
Every now and then you'll see an arm come across with a piece of clothing on. Nick the lurker. So he was laughing because, and this might be a little at your mom's expense, but he said in the conversation on during Resale Therapy, he was excited because he had gotten on there and Paula was on there. And Paula, for those that don't join our Resale Therapy, you're missing it, but Paula's typically one of our regulars, and she lives in Texas. Cute as can be, and she comes to our sales and is one of our good customers, but also just fun, just so much fun and full of bright energy. So Nick and Paula banter back and forth on the comments during the sale and have become friends. But Nick and Jane, Libby's mom, are really good friends. And as you probably heard us talk, if you listen to this or go to any of our sales, about this thing about the olives, which started here.
Eat my olive.
Eat your olives while we talk about olives, which actually started with Brunch Ladies when Nick was making the drinks with the olives. And that's how we got into this whole olive thing with Nick and Jane, your mom's love for olives. So they'll get in the comments and talk olives, right? Which we talked about the dish, which Libby shared, that we gave her the olive dish. So this week, Nick's in the comments was like, "Oh, hey, Paula," because he was excited Paula was there. And your mom came in and said something along the lines of, "Wait a minute, Nick, you have two ladies now?"
Oh, she did? I didn't even see that. Oh, it's
two
funny.
girlfriends or something, or like she put in something funny, like on a jealous aspect of him talking to Paula because he's her buddy in the comments. And so he said, I sent a message back in the comments and said, "Oh, Jane, you're my OG."
Did she know what that meant?
And so she sent back little emojis of olives. He started laughing. He told me later, "I think she thought I meant Olive Girl."
I don't know,
You'll have to ask her.
I missed all of that.
Yeah, so that's what you'll have to ask her what she thinks about that. But it was really cute. It was really cute. But I just love the relationships that build back and forth with everybody out there, and it's fun because we do the contest every time, and when somebody wins,
I wanted to mention this week's contest because it was kind of nice.
Go ahead, talk about it, and then I'll talk about
so every week we do, for our listener or for our watchers and sharers, we do a live drawing, and you need to be present to win. So anyway, we do $10 in store credit every week, and we have also a prize that we send the winner. So
an actual item.
Actual item. This week it was a tabletop tetherball game. And, my friend Sherry really wanted to win it, and Carrie Ann ended up winning it. So she said in the comments, no, I'll take the 10, or she said, send that to the person that really wanted it. So I got to send the tetherball game to Sherry, and Carrie Ann got the store credit.
And that was just so sweet.
It just made me really happy. And they never met. They don't know each other.
They don't know each other. And that's what I love about the community that we're building in these resale therapy nights, because when somebody wins, all of a sudden the feed gets inundated with congratulations, woohoo, way to go. People are so happy for each other to win. It's not, oh, well, darn, I didn't win. They are truly excited when somebody wins. So, I just love it. I love the community. Every time we do Thursday nights and we're done, I'm just like on cloud nine. It's just such a good feeling.
Same here. It's really nice to be able to connect with our customers that way.
Yep. So I just love it. Love it. All right. What else we got going on, Lib?
I made a note here of different things we had going on this week. Oh, hello. You just compiled What Sold Wednesday, all of our What Sold Wednesdays for the past 2 months into a video.
Y'all, not 1 month, but 2. 1 month was enough, but I got a little hectic and didn't get July done. So this is a July-August combo video.
And I will be posting it. I will be finishing it up on YouTube later today. So check it out. Or you can link in through Facebook if you check our social media, or we'll be posting on Instagram as well. It's kind of fun. I'm excited to actually watch it because I kind of get a flashback of the items, like, oh, that was mine, or oh, that was Darina's, or
Right. So much fun.
Yeah, our What Sold Wednesdays have been very popular.
People love it. It's nice to kind of see it all in the, and all the different items that get sold. It's very interesting. I was thinking,
don't put every single item in What Sold Wednesdays all the time. I don't know if I ever told you that.
You did.
Oh, okay. It's a lot of the items, but it's not every single item.
It would take us forever. What was I going to say? Oh, brain fart. Um, darn it, Libby, it was about What Sold Wednesday.
It's about What's a Wednesday, the thing
Oh,
you know, the
I was thinking that as I was editing this 2-month combo, and you start looking at them, you're like, oh, I loved that, or oh, well, that was so pretty, or that maybe we should be doing like What Sold Wednesday month in review, um, what's your fave kind of thing. Like I know that when you look at that, something sticks out, right? So maybe you and I should be adding a little what was our favorite of the month.
We can add it as a segment on Brunch Ladies here.
Oh, okay.
And then just put a post afterward. Be like, this was my favorite item because
the photography was just beautiful. Well, I knew that this month what yours would be. At least I thought I did.
The purse?
The Dooney.
Yeah. Well, you did the photography for my Dooney, so yes. I love that. But I just love the fact that I sold the bag I carried for 5 years.
That you bought that somebody else had carried before. Again, hashtag Dooney and Bork, because if that doesn't speak highly of the quality of their handbags and the fact that all of you might not know, Libby likes to beat the fool out of her handbags. They are not babies to her.
No.
She does to her handbags what I do to bracelets. I'm rough on my bracelets.
This beautiful Patricia Nash one I got at a consignment store, Style Encore in Greensboro. Shout out. Yeah, this one holds up. I'm very excited. I've already gotten some compliments on it, and I don't really go anywhere.
Well, it's gorgeous. I hope you're being a little more gentle with it. No, I can tell already you're not.
I buy a handbag to be used. End of story.
So I bought.
You didn't keep up. Too bad.
Y'all, I bought a new handbag. I don't have it with me. I should have brought it. And I bought mine at Resale Therapy from Libby, who didn't tell me about it. And all of a sudden she holds up this gorgeous, like school bus yellow almost. What do they call it? It's like a sunflower
citron.
yellow.
I think they called it citron.
Citron, beautiful yellow, mint condition Michael Kors handbag. Woo. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden pops up on the thing, sold whatever, 67 Nick Liska. So he bought it for me. But Libby said the reason he bought it for me was so he could keep an eye on where I was and never lose me.
I think that's true. Because they're going on a cruise. So
we're going on a cruise.
In that. And he'll be spotting you across the deck with that thing.
Yep. Although, I bought a Kate Spade backpack from Conshy Consignment, and and it's black. It hides well. But it's that beautiful quilted, and that I bought for the cruise, knowing that, you could throw it on your back, head out to the pool, the beach, whatever,
I always carry a backpack on vacation.
Yeah.
And I lent it out, and I don't know who I lent it to, like 5 years ago.
Oh, no.
I always carried a red LL Bean backpack, and, it was the bigger one, so it fit all the kids' stuffs and their jackets and water bottles and what. And I vaguely remember one of my friends was going on vacation and I lent it to them, but I don't know who it was. And they probably forgot. So anybody listening, my friends, and I loaned you that backpack 5 years ago, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
That LL Bean is one that'll last for a long time too. That's a good rugged made backpack, but I don't know. I got this. I have to treat my new handbag like a princess.
Yeah.
That she is.
You're good like that.
That she is.
You're good like that.
I just love my handbags. I'm trying to keep my numbers down though, where I don't have, 30 of them. That I'm
one of our first lives when you and I went live was actually cleaning out your handbags when I was down.
Yes. Which I
need to about a year ago now. Yeah.
Has it been that long? I guess it has. Mm-hmm. Well, I need to do it again. and downsize again because I've gotten a couple of new ones in. So I gotta go through and figure out again. My problem too is that.
Wait for me. I had so much fun doing that.
Oh, you want to be here?
All right. I think we should do another live, like a 1 year later. Where is her handbag closet?
I would love to tell you
it's smaller, been hoarding?
But I don't think it's smaller. That's why I think I need to do it again. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep it real. We'll keep it real, and I'll keep you honest. Yeah.
I just make a mistake sometimes and get some of the ones that I love personalized, and then you can't sell them because I get my monograms on them. Because I have some 31 that I love that I would let go of a couple of them, but they have my initials on them. So,
like just your first initial, or
one of them I think may just have an M, but the others I believe are all 3.
You know what? Speaking of which, that's interesting because we sell a lot of monogrammed items.
Well, I'll do my M one that's just an M because M is a popular letter.
And it always surprises me. But I mean, all right. So I guess if you're looking for something that's monogrammed, you probably have like in eBay a saved search that says, look for the initials MAH. Right. And when something is posted with that, if you like it, you buy it. It boggles my mind because it's not, I had a really.
Do you know that you just did my initials before I got married? Or did you just throw that out there?
No, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking that in my head. No, it wasn't random. It wasn't random. I must have seen something with those.
Because now it's MHL, but
right.
It was always MAH.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. You might do well with MAH. You might do well. I don't know, because I'm always surprised at how that stuff sells. It just, I had something recently.
I guess you don't know till you try.
It was a weird combination of initials, not a common MAH. Sorry.
So what was it on? You called me common.
It had it on a couple of things. It had it on jewelry, some glass work that was etched, like wine glasses.
Because that's what I'm wondering. Is it on a surface that can be taken off, right?
I think people are buying it specifically because it's their initials.
Okay.
It makes sense otherwise.
Okay.
I think they are looking for something that has their initials on it. And when they find it,
they're good to go. All right.
I've never really been. All right. So when I was a kid, you remember they used to have those preppy, like just crew neck sweaters. They were just like a plain wool sweater that everybody wore. Mm-hmm. And most people would have their monogram, their initials on the sweater in the corner. And we were never allowed to, my sister and I, my parents wouldn't allow us to get monograms on our sweaters. And I always wanted things to be monogrammed, but since because they said, if a stranger wants to identify you, it would be easy for them to figure out, who you were, or guess your name, or know who you belong to. It would be easier for them to target you if you were wearing your name or monogram, or.
Which is what they say. Like, you don't want to take your kid to the mall and their shirt says Molly, right? Because then they'll be like, Molly, oh my gosh, your mom told me, I get that. But monograms, I don't get as much because they're just initials. But I get the name. Like they always say, don't personalize stuff that you're taking them.
And I never had the problem because nothing ever had my name on it. Like none of the prefab stuff ever had Livy on it.
I know. I couldn't find Molly. Now you can. But when I was growing up, you couldn't find Molly. Molly's a much more common name now for younger generations than it was for mine. And I could never. I'd go to Disney.
That was my Nana's name, Molly.
Yeah, I wanted that Disney keychain that said Molly when I was at Disney, or the Florida keychain. No matter where we stopped, I'd go through those spinning racks to find Molly, and it was not. Now Mary all day long, but I didn't go by Mary. I went by Molly.
Tough times for kids.
Poor me.
Poor you.
Well, then there's my brother. He found them everywhere. Never.
What? Oh, I was going to say, what the heck? No, he didn't.
Sarcasm. My brother's name was Orion, spelled like the constellation Orion, which was my dad's name, my grandfather, family name, Orion. Yeah.
So what is the derivation? Like, what is the nationality of that?
I don't know. I have to do some search on that. I don't know.
You know all that stuff. I'm shocked that you don't.
You know what? I'm not as good. You know who might know is Poppy. Poppy knows more about my family history than I do.
All right, we got to find that out. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to know that.
Yeah.
Because it is an unusual name.
Yep, Orion Davis Hack. My dad was a senior. His dad's side of the family had it, but not Orion Davis Hack. So my dad was a senior, and of course now I have a nephew who's the third. So, yeah.
Right. Well, we need to know that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I have something I'm going to do when we're done here. Molly has a little mission for me because we're starting a contest promotion on our social media.
Yes, we are.
It'll probably come out this week, so stay tuned.
Yes, we are.
You'll have a good opportunity to win some store credit.
And I think this is our biggest store credit giveaway in the history of Conshy Consignment. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. When's the 10-year?
It will be next August. It will be next August. It depends on which date we go by. Okay. The store opening, I think, was like August 9th.
I think you got to go by the store.
Go by the store, the actual store opening? Okay.
Yep. I think.
Because I actually started online ahead of that. But.
Right. But I don't think you had enough branding at that point. I think you go by the big, woohoo, we opened the store. Because that was when it really went to town.
It was real. Like my dad said when he came into the store for the first time.
Oh, God.
He goes, oh, my gosh, this is just like a real store.
What'd you expect?
I always remember that. Oh my God.
What was he imagining?
I don't know. This is a man who's been to the mall like once in his life, like doesn't shop for anything. So, you know, his reference, I don't know if he's even like ever stepped foot in a consignment store. I don't know. He just really, I don't think he had any concept of it. It's just, cracked me up.
I'm totally jumping subjects on you because I wanted to tell you something I've been doing that we've talked about in the past that we don't get much into because we don't the shipping on it. But I'm getting into listing bigger pieces of artwork.
Oh, yeah.
So Nick and I spent quite a bit of time yesterday watching videos on it, learning the proper way. So I listed a more valuable piece of artwork yesterday, and then a not so valuable, a lesser value piece today. But I have some others that I've got to do a little more research on that'll go up. But I have decided I'm really going to go for this, shipping valuable art.
Wow.
Anybody want to put any comments in if you have any suggestions or thoughts? But something we've always kind of done local pickup when it's larger, more valuable items, just because it's just so expensive to ship. But I've decided we've been in this too long not to figure this out.
Yeah.
So
I recently sold, was it 14 Audubon prints from my mom had picked them up at auction. They were from the Scranton estate in Carbondale, and they were dismantling the estate and auctioning a lot of that stuff off. So I did those. They weren't super large and they weren't the real valuable ones like I know Molly has.
I got a couple.
It definitely was an education in shipping.
Yeah.
Definitely a different form of packing. And
they were all framed, correct?
They were all frames, glass. Yeah. Yeah.
So fun stuff. I love learning new things and trying new things. So we'll see where this goes.
She's going to teach me.
Yep. We'll see where this goes.
It's going to be great.
All right. Let's get to work.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.